Boom, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Daily Dose of Los. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. Y'all already know, man, got another install video coming for you guys today. So it's been like 100 and something every day for like the last couple of days, and honestly I can't handle it no more. So what we are going to be doing today is we're going to see if we are able to install an awning on the 4runner. So kind of give you guys a little bit of an update before we get today's episode fully started. Is you guys know I had the Gobi roof rack before, right? So you guys seen a couple of my videos on that. So prior to this video, a couple days ago, maybe like a week or so ago, I installed the Prinsu roof rack on the 4runner. I got rid of the Gobi, sold it, and went ahead and got the Prinsu. And I had an install video for you guys on that, and then I also installed the handles with the lights in it, you know, to hold on to it. And I had a video for that, and I had all this footage, and I was gonna transfer it from my memory card over to my hard drive so I could edit it and upload the video, or create a video I should say. I somehow managed to erase my whole memory card and format it all and lose all my footage. So give you guys a update, catch you guys all up. Had the Gobi roof rack, got rid of it, moved on to the Prinsu. Full length is what I guess is what it's called, non-drill on the 4runner. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of video on that, and then let's go ahead and get the video started. We're gonna try to see if we can install the awning with the handles with the Prinsu awning mounts onto the 4runner. So let's go ahead and get the installing started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 stick, you can get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 stick, you can get high with me.
Boom, as you guys see, we got the Prinsu installed. It's on there, looking good, man. I love it. Much better, and I wouldn't say much better, but I definitely love it. It's a lot different from the Gobi. You know, the Gobi was one structure. It wasn't something you had to put together. It wasn't anything like that. It simply was built, it was welded together straight from Gobi, right? The Prinsu that we're looking at, you know, it does have what is it comes in a box. It's modular. It has the extruded aluminum pieces, or extruded bars. I'm not sure if they're aluminum or not. I don't remember off the top of my head. I mean, I might correct it here in the middle of the screen, but we got that going, right? So kind of just went something different, and with it I went ahead and got like 9 crossbars with it. So it normally comes with 8, but I went ahead and bought an additional one. Got a load bar, so in the meantime got somewhere to mount the high lift jack. Got what is a light bar mount on there, and I got the handlebars, the handles to hold on to with the Baja rock lights on there. So just a little extra stuff on there. But now, like I said, it has been hot, man. We went to Cars and Coffee today, and it was just extremely hot, and I wish I would have had an awning. I wish I had the awning on to allow me to pull it out and give us some shade, dude, because it was way too hot, man. But nonetheless, that's what we're gonna attempt to install today. So let me go ahead and show you guys what we're doing.
Deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right?
So a couple things, guys. So we went ahead and got the Roam awning, right? So this is the 6.5. This is the slated gray, I think is what it is, the one that we have, and super excited about it, man. I think they sell a smaller one and a bigger one. I think the bigger one's like 8 feet, and I could be wrong. I think the smaller one's like 3 feet. But I went ahead and went one with the 6.5. Super excited about it. And then on the Prinsu, we were going to go ahead and go with the awning mounts to bolt straight to the rack. They do sell a quick connect one, which I didn't buy, but now that I kind of think about it, I wish I would have bought the quick connect or quick disconnect connect, whatever, right, to allow me to take the awning off and on, and maybe just not always carry it on there. But nonetheless, we're gonna give it a try and see if we like it. If we like it, we'll keep it. If we don't, we'll maybe sell it and get some quick disconnect ones, right? But my biggest concerns for today's video is when I bought the handlebar mounts, I keep calling them the handlebar mounts. When I bought the handles for the Prinsu rack, I wasn't quite sure if the awning mounts would mount with the handles. I couldn't find anything on their website. So if you guys did, or if you guys know, put in the comments. I just couldn't find anything. So I went ahead and ordered them both. and hopefully we can make them fit. It is a little, it's gonna be a little close, I think. I've been trying to just eyeball it. So let me go ahead and show you what it's gonna look like, right? So you guys all seen an awning, what the awnings look like, so nothing too special about this one. It's just a regular awning. It's not a 180 or nothing like that. But here we go. Let me show you well, here's the mount, I guess. Here's the awning mount. So here's how this should, here's how it should work. All right, so up here on the rack, right? So this here, by default, should work like this. I'm gonna assume, actually, no, hold on. Let me get it, there we go. So here's how it should fit, right? So you guys can see, let me try to get on this side for you guys. So here's where my biggest concern is. This is gonna go here. Let me try to see if I can get it on this side. Might not fit very well on this side, but as you guys can see, actually let's try this one just for picture purposes. Here's how it should look, right? Boom, that should just mount just like that. Here's the holes for the awnings, kind of gives some adjustability. But here's probably my biggest concern, because like I said, I couldn't find nothing on the website. But these can't mount on the same bar as the handle, which is understandable. I don't really expect it to. But let me see if I can show you guys from here. It's gonna be a close call. I don't think there's much clearance, see? There we go. So as you guys can see, I don't know if it's gonna clear. Hopefully it clears. If not, I'm thinking maybe a washer on each bolt that mounts the awning to the rack should fit, but nonetheless, we're gonna try to experiment and see if it does work, and then we'll kind of see how it works out. So first thing first, let's go ahead and get the mounting hardware for the awning out of the bag. Let's go ahead and try to see if we can get it to mount up real quick. All right guys, so here's what I'm gonna attempt to try to show you guys. Super rough draft, but I'm gonna see if I can get it mounted to the highest point on the bracket, and hopefully it'll clear. As you guys can see, there's the handle, so hopefully it's able to clear, but let's see. All right, so what we've done is I've took the measurements between the furthest, what is bar, or the furthest ones on each side, and we're going to attempt to mount the awning mounts to the awning at that measurement, right? And hopefully that should clear. Kind of looking at it a little bit further, it looks like the awning might just sit on top of the handles if it's clearing properly the way I'm looking at it. So what I've kind of learned is the handles might not, I might lose some of the benefit of having the handle on that side. More so the handles are now going to work as like light holders for the rock lights, but that's kind of what it's looking like. But nonetheless, let's give it a try. Let's see if we can get it to work. Here's one cool thing about the awning from Roam, right? It does have its own mounts if you wanted to, maybe if you wanted to bolt it to something. So of that sort, see, which is this is pretty cool, some L brackets. It has all the hardware, everything you need. So that's something I'm really grateful for. I think some brands out there, they come with the mount, but they don't really come with the mount. It just comes with the brackets or the bolts to hold the rail, you know? So just like any other mount, it just has the regular extrusion bar, I guess. Is that what you call it? I don't know. I could be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So let's go ahead and try to throw this bad boy on here, and let's start with that one.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ay, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hate applying my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding niggas out of line.
So one of the great things about this, it does have some good adjustability. So I don't have to really use this bolt if I don't want to. This hole, I could actually, both holes down here, and it actually it would actually allow the awning itself to go up further, or just different adjustability depending on what type of rack you go with, what type of awning you go with. So as you guys can see here, I'll try to show you guys what I'm talking about. So there's this channel here where really I could take the bolt out from the first bolt here and put both bolts in this channel, and it would allow for flexibility to go up and down. But here's probably the highest point on it, so that's where we're gonna go with this one here. Let's do it on the other side.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right?
All right guys, so here's kind of what it looks like on here. As you can see, it's not too bad. The only problem, and as I was saying earlier, here's the handle. I don't know if the camera's gonna catch it. I might have to go on top, but it's kind of like sitting on top of the handle. Now it still needs to be bolted to the rack itself, but let me see if I can get up here for you guys. This might help. Oh, here we go. Here, see if this really helps. See how there's like, here's the top of the handle, here's the rack. Try to give you guys a better look. I don't know if it's working, but it kind of just sits up there. But nonetheless, got it on here. So here's kind of what it looks like. And so then we'll have to put 2 T-bolts into the extrusion bar there on the side, then that'll bolt up to there and hold it in. So there we go though, kind of excited. All right, so here's what we've done, guys. So I had these split washers. Let's see if the camera will focus on them. No, there we go. So I had these split washers, and let's see if we get it to focus. I inserted them. I placed the washers between the awning and the actual mount to kind of give it some space. And let's see if that'll prevent it from kind of sitting too much on the actual handles. All right, guys, so here's the thing is it gonna fit? Is it made to be compatible? I don't really think it is. We're gonna try to make it work. So let me show you guys the progress that it did while we're up here. So as you can see, there's a washer in between the awning and the bolt, or the awning and the actual mount. And here, it kind of just, it opened it up. I guess it kind of pushed a little bit further out, but it didn't really make that much of a difference, so it kind of still sits on there. The only thing I guess I'm really worried about is just maybe over time the awning itself is going to rub against the handle. It's probably just going to rip the cover. We're going to try to run it for a little bit, just give it a chance and see if it does. If it doesn't, see what kind of happens, right? If it does rub against it, then yikes. If it doesn't, and just because of it sitting there and because maybe of just the friction, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work, but we're gonna give it a try, and maybe we'll come back and do a review on it and see if it was really worth it. But nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and bolt up the mounts now to the bars, the crossbars, the extrusion bars, whatever, and get it actually mounted firmly. But here's kind of what it looks like. Boom. Here's the mount. Boom. So let's give you guys the best possible. So here's my finger. So don't worry about my fingernails. But there you go. So that's probably the best it's gonna be. Try to get to focus there. But I'll give you guys a view from the outside of it. Boom. It's kind of what it looks like there. But we'll go ahead and give it a try. We'll try to mount this up and let's see what it looks like. So real quick, before it gets too dark, guys. So here's what I've done, team, is I went ahead and just took these 2 bolts out, this bar, lifted it up and slid these 2 on this side, these 2 on this side, which this is what's going to hold on to the rack or mount the bracket to the actual bar itself. So let's go ahead and give that a try on the back one. Bit of a situation, don't worry about my rusty high lift jack mount, is this bar is also tied to the extrusion bar, or to, not the extrusion bar, this load panel that is currently supporting my high lift jack. So hopefully if we unbolt one, it should give us enough room to lift this up to slide the bolt in, but let's see what happens. All right, guys, so here's where we ended at, team. So the bolts, I've got them bolted through the extrusion bar here on the side, right? So you can see they're good to go here. The only problem we have is that this bolt is not able to go further. Let me show you guys. Because of the way the load panel is, it sits flush with the channel, which causes the bolt to sit flush, right? So it's getting a little dark, so I'm gonna finish this install on another day, but let me show you guys kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of taking these 2 extrusion bars and putting them here, and taking these 2 and putting those 2 on that, in that area, right? And then of course we'll take the max track mounts and move them over one bar over, but that'll probably be the easiest fix, taking these two out and then taking these two out and replacing them. So therefore the high lift jack will sit here versus there. And eventually when the rear bumper comes in, then the high lift jack will go on the rear bumper and it'll be off the roof. So, but let's go ahead and let's go in for the night, and then we'll come back out tomorrow when the sun's out and it's not so dark. All right, boom guys, it is officially day 2 of the install. A couple seconds for you guys, been like 3 days for me. Yesterday I had to work and I didn't get in and out of the house yesterday, or this morning I should say, until a little bit ago. When I got a haircut, you can see your boy got cleaned up. Holla at my boy Huck if you are in Andover, Kansas. Man, always taking care of your boy, man, and got the beard cleaned up. How to get rid of it a little bit. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and try to get this finished up. Like I said in the previous clip, we got to move the high lift jack forward a little bit, and I'm gonna try to maybe move the action tracks around a little bit to kind of maybe have them run parallel with the car versus perpendicular, because they're running across. So let's see if we can get them to run front and back. And update, I also had to go to the hardware store today. I managed to lose the cap bolts. Oh, let's see if we get it to focus. Can we get it to focus? There we go. I lost a couple of the bolts, man, when I was putting everything away. So that also kind of put a rain down my parade. But nonetheless, it's officially about 80 degrees out here today, and it's a little hot, but not as bad as it was over the weekend, man. The weekend was like 100 plus. So we're going to go ahead and try to finish this install here real quick, and then we'll see what the awning looks like and see how much shade it provides. So let's get to it. All right, guys, we've got the 2 crossbars knocked off. So I got that one off, and there is the rack that's going to support the high lift jack. So now let's go ahead and bolt the other ones in the back, and then we'll go ahead and move forward with the install of the awning, man. I'm super excited. It's kind of hot out here. Not as bad as it was this weekend, but nonetheless, man, this is probably one thing that I don't know if it's a pro or con, but with the Gobi, it was very simple to install the awning because it did have the mounts. But the only downside to that was that with the Gobi, if I didn't have the mounts, I think it would have took a lot longer to get the mounts than what it would have from Prinsu. I think the Prinsu lead time is like a week, if that, I think, on the website. Currently, as of today, I could be wrong. Well, not as of today, but from like last week when I checked, because I was actually contemplating selling these awning mounts and buying the quick disconnects, but just decided to stay with these. But might buy the quick disconnects for a shower on the driver's side, passenger side, so maybe look out for that soon. But let's go ahead and knock these bars out real quick. All right, guys, so I apologize about the wind. It's getting kind of windy, but here's what this essentially should look like. Got the 4 bolts there. All right, got to get the other side done, but rinse and repeat on the other side. But here's what we got. The handles in, got the load panel on here, got the 2 bars back on, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the other end. But looking good so far. Here's where we're at. Well, guys, we've got it on here. So this is what it looks like. I still got to line the bolts up and whatnot, but bear with me here. So as you can see, one's here. I got this one. I got to pull this one back a little bit and move this one here, and then that should sit here. And these, well, both got to go in the loop in the cuts. So that one over here is good to go, though. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. I'm gonna see here. Boom. Here, let me go on the other side. So pretty easy install so far, outside of moving the high lift jack and stuff. I think this could have been done the same day if I would have had a little bit more sunlight and not a high lift jack. But let's see. So let me see if this will kind of help out. So there we go. See, here's the bracket, here's the bolts, here's what it should look like. This is, oh, here we go. This one's here. This one just got to pull it in a little bit more. And on this side, oops, super sunny out here. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. Let's adjust this. There we go. I don't know if it's any better or not, but there we go. Oh, it's not focusing. Let's see if we get it to focus. There we go, baby. Boom, there we go. Just got to adjust it real quick. I'm gonna put the nuts on it and kind of adjust it once the nuts are on. But there we go. As you guys can see, here's kind of what it looks like. I like the profile. The profile is actually really nice compared to the way the Gobi sat. The Gobi was kind of a little too far out, but let's see here. right, so let's go ahead and knock these bolts out real quick. Let's put the nuts on them, tighten them down, and then we'll put the high lift jack back on, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like open. All right guys, we've officially moved to the backyard. So as you can see, we went ahead and got the awning installed. So I'm gonna go ahead and deploy the awning and then give you guys some drone footage of what it looks like, how much shade it looks, how much shade it gives, I guess. No, it looks, how much shade it provides, and kind of give you guys the aerial view of it, and then I'll kind of set the camera up and allow you guys to watch getting it folded out. So let's go ahead and make that happen now. Boom. So as you guys can see, here's the awning now that it's been out deployed, and here's how it is working attached to the roof rack. Let's give it a little bit of a test, stress test. Pretty sturdy on there. Let's try the front. Boom. Not a bad little gig. As you can see, I mean, it does kind of block the lights a little bit, but something we just have to work with, deal with, right? But nonetheless, guys, that's, I mean, there's a shade there, and of course, you know, as the sun moves and whatnot, it'll of course change, and we just have to kind of work with it. But there it is, and got it done. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, man. Installing the Prinsu awning mounts to the Roam awning, the 6-foot. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys are interested in seeing more additions to the Prinsu, let me know what else you guys would like to see. Like I said, I couldn't find anything online that said if this was or not compatible with the brackets or the handles. So just had to do it for you guys. But if y'all did like today's video, hit the like button and share it if you know someone that has a Prinsu and maybe they're interested in doing the awning install. I mean, definitely appreciate it. And y'all know what to do, man. Hit that like button for me again, and hit that share button if you know someone. I already told you guys to share it, so share it. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe, man. It definitely helps out the channel so much, man. And if you guys already are subscribed and you guys are returning, I appreciate the love. And if this is your first time and you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate the love also. So with that being said, I'm out. I'm gonna go inside. Actually, I'm gonna go underneath the awning and get some shade and get out of the sun for a little bit. But in the meantime, y'all know what to do. Follow your path. Peace.